going harder than Welcome to Dallas, we lost some legends. Welcome to Dallas, we're hood, you reppin', be careful. You know the risk, be steady. Welcome to Dallas, took out a king trap.
Hola, ¿cómo estás? Welcome back. Poofy Man podcast. You know what time it is. Got another episode for you. Oh, man. Revved up, raring to go. Yes, indeedy. Episode 35. So, I want to discuss a bizarre social phenomenon. And this is really more kind of like a... I'm just kind of trying to, check the temperature on this, I suppose. Because I really am becoming concerned about my own mental bill of health. I need someone else to reinforce the fact that, I'm not imagining stuff. So, there's the rules to the game. The whole game itself has changed. The objective, everything. And I'm talking about the game of life, as it were. Very philosophical. But, no, really, the entire objective of the game that I play, personally, is, constant, progress towards a better future, right? Towards a better version of myself, towards a optimized version of what I got going now. My eyes are looking forward to bigger, greater, more exciting things. I like to focus particularly, almost exclusively on miniature successes, and just kind of keep moving forward because that's the path towards to ultimately the goal you're heading, you've set a heading for. For some reason, this is something now more the points are awarded to who has a shittier life.
After my mother and little brother. Interesting nights for when he wore his rings.
Yeah, he used to just put a wrench, a stick, and a belt on the table and just say choose.
Well, I gotta go with the belt there, Vanna.
I used to go with the wrench.
Why the wrench?
Because fuck him.
Right, I'm not getting any point. I don't know who's divvying them out. I have not received a memo about it, but apparently there's points being distributed based off of how fucked up and shitty you and your life is. So you got people out here. It's like a dogfight to the bottom. It's the most bizarre thing I ever seen in my life. And here's a couple examples. So somewhere, I feel like this is recent, but I'm also 103 years old this year, so I'm fucking old, you know what I mean? No, I'm just kidding. I'm actually young and spry, in my mind and my heart. So, no, but real shit. So, when did PTSD become a free blanket for everyone to wear? As if, you want to wear it in the first place. Fundamentally, it's a terrible thing. It's not cool. It's horrible. And the conditions that have to be present in order to spur on the symptoms of PTSD, a full-blown PTSD condition itself is predicated on horrible violence, physical threats of violence and injury and bodily harm, death, things like that. Very serious shit. What it doesn't include, what isn't PTSD, is getting a firm kind of a stern warning or a reprimanding or a kind of being put in your room or grounded or getting yelled at by your significant other or watching a Vietnam film, like watching The Thin Red Line. You don't get to like you don't have like night terrors and wake up in cold sweats reliving fucking Way City or fucking Da Nang or something. Or you didn't used to. You didn't used to. I feel like these are just like freebie points. You know what I mean? It's kind of like setting up and like taking your like free throws. It's just like line up and you get 2 of them. Everyone gets 2 of them now, I guess. But the worst thing about that is, aside from the fact that it's a horrible psychological condition that millions of people, not even millions, I mean maybe low millions, that's how specific PTSD is. The pathology of PTSD really is, it's very specific. Of those millions of people, 90% of them are like hard line, like war veterans. Okay, that's like how fucking serious it is. Shell shock and stuff in World War I. You see people walking around like they're walking uphill in the wind, but they're, there's nothing going on, or, they got the shakes and they start screaming and crying when they see a helmet of the opposing army and stuff. Like, real fucked up shit. That's PTSD. I'm pretty sure that, like, when you get yelled at for, not putting enough sugar in your boyfriend's coffee, that you don't, like, start having fucking physical tremors and shit. Okay? But for some reason, okay, like, so the point is, yeah, that doesn't count. And, there are specific, like, textbook medical, like, presuppositions for PTSD, okay? It has to be a physical violence on a physical level, like gun violence perpetrated. It doesn't have to be perpetrated by another person. It doesn't have to be a crime of violence perpetrated against you necessarily. It just so happens that that's a predominant prerequisite for this condition. That's some serious shit, gun violence, things like that. Witnessing those things firsthand. Very serious car accidents where, where life and limb are at risk, but there has to be, blood spilled, physical injury of a high magnitude. So I just don't really understand why people want that. Okay? The second one. Anybody notice that everyone's autistic? Everybody is autistic now. Like, I have a cousin that's autistic, and he's very far down the spectrum. Love him to death, but he's almost impossible to control. He's a wild man. He's a wild man. He makes Bret Hart look like the guy from fucking Blue's Clues or something. He's wild. But yeah, his name's Max. And it's really hard on our family. It's hard, and it's painful. And it's something that is, like, really obvious, too. It's not, like, a little thing. And I'm not saying this because I'm trying to win the war, the race to the bottom. I'm just saying that it kind of marginalizes what real autism looks like in the real struggles of, well, first and foremost, the individual with the condition, but, like, all the family members that are, in that orbit that have to literally put their lives on hold, and uphold their duty to take care of their child or their brother or sister or whatever. And so when, I don't know, like some private school kid, from Highland Park, insists that they're on the spectrum. I mean, why? Why is that cool? Why is that a trend? Like, trends, in my mind, trends are like dope shit. Like, bro, I like that. That's cool. Like mullets, that's fucking dope. Or like mustaches, or, you know, fucking high tops, or, you know, fucking dangly earrings. I don't know if that's really dope, but it's a trend, and it's generally positive, I suppose. But it's not a negative. We're not taking. I don't see how you're taking. I would never, if I'm going, hey man, what's trendy right now? The first place I would look is not like the bottom of the fucking garbage pail. I wouldn't start digging around in a pile of shit, going, oh man, yeah, this piece of shit, this is trendy, or this horrible thing, that's fucking awesome, bro. Fucking yeah. Like, why are people doing this? It's bizarre. How, like, who started giving out points for this? And why? They need to be apprehended and summarily lined up before a firing squad. It's regressive. Stop celebrating bad things. Stop reinforcing negative behavior. Stop reinforcing negative behavior. Stop reinforcing negative behavior. Fuck. It's Poofy Man. Till next time.
Welcome to Dallas, the home of the killers. Welcome to Dallas, sharks and gorillas. The girls, they going harder than Welcome to Dallas, we lost some legends. Welcome to Dallas, we're hood, you rep it, be careful. You know the rest.